In this lesson, I'm going to talk about errors. There's quite a few errors on my screen. Let's look at one of the first errors I see, and that error is this word that says false. So that's a little bit odd. I've got another error that says number, and another error that says value. So I'm going to show you how to fix some of these errors and what they are. So the first error I'm going to show you is the hashtags. That means the column is not wide enough to display the information. So it's not really a big error. All I need to do is I go to the top of the column between G and H in this example, and I make it a bit wider so it can fill in the values. Perfect. So I've fixed that error. The next error I've got here is gross pay says false. And you'll see in my formula what that means is it's looking, and the formula I made a mistake. I put two equal signs in. So it's saying F7 is equal to D7 times C7 plus F7. Well, there's no way that could be possible. I've got the wrong formula. The formula was supposed to be something more like this. Okay, let's get to the other issue, which is these tags all say value. If it says hashtag value, what that means is somehow I'm doing a calculation that is multiplying a number and a word together. And so it says, I don't know what to put for a value. That's why it says value. So to fix this problem, here's what I did. The first one is Social Security. It says $13.50 for H7. That's correct. And if I look at the formula, it's G7, which is my pay right here. Here's G7. And I multiply that by cell B3, which is the tax rate of 6.0%. So that sounds good. Let's take a look at the next column that says 0. That sends a bit of a flag up. So this says we take the gross pay of 236 and we multiply it by the Social Security rate of 6%. Oops, there's my error. It says B4. Why doesn't it say B3? Why did it go down one? Let's look at this one. This one says H9. Oh, and this one 10, and so forth. So these are all wrong. So what happened is when I used the fill handle, it went down a row. Every line I go down, it goes down one row, down a row. And in this case, I wanted to lock the cell. So what I needed to do is to put a lock on cell B3. So I put a $ in front of the B, a $ in front of the 3. This locks the cell. Why? Well, if I look on my screen, I want this cell here, the 6%, I want it to stick at 6%. I don't want it to change any values. I don't want it to be any other cell but B3. And so by putting a $ in front of the B, it's going to lock the column of B. And by putting a $ in front of the 3, it's going to lock the row of the third row. So it's going to lock it at being this cell B3. And so what I do then is when I take my Social Security formula, which looks good, I use the fill handle, and all those values will be correct.